We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5.
Can you hear it?
Action.
What's up out there?
What's up? What's going on? Welcome to the Terrible Reception Radio Show / podcast.
Woo!
We are back again. I feel like we recorded episode or two and then we disappeared for like 2-3 weeks.
Hey.
But yeah, welcome guys.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. This is episode 48.
48 of the Terrible Reception Radio Show.
Yeah, man. It's
brought
crazy.
to you by
Snickers.
the Ultimate Nutcracker.
To think that we started this as like a passion project, like actually officially 2 years now. Now that I think about it, it was in November that we started 2 years ago.
Oh.
Gonna put this up. Woo! Let's try it again. To think that we started this as a passion project 2 years ago, we are almost 50 episodes in.
Yes.
It's incredible that we found the time, the energy, on top of everything that we already do, to sit down, talk, edit, and put all these promo videos out for you guys.
A lot of people ask us, like, how do you guys do it all? How do you guys balance life? How do you guys do the podcast? How do you guys do music? And how do you guys shoot for other people around you? And I said,
cocaine and saunas.
that's exactly what I said. Cocaine and saunas. Shout out to Feldhammer for the cocaine and saunas.
Yes, sir. But what were you gonna say? Did you have something?
No. I was just telling them. I said, workflow, organization, format. Format is really big on how we accomplish things. You know, we got a certain format. It's not always by the book, but you know, we get it done. We have efficiency on our side.
Yeah.
And passion, like you said, drives you even when you don't feel like doing it.
Oh, yeah. There's been many times where I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn, I really don't want to do this right now. But just thinking about what the end goal actually is pushes you, even when your body doesn't want to do it.
During COVID, question, like, has forced, because like everybody went through a forced reflection being on lockdown, right? Mm-hmm. Is there anything that you feel outside of all that you do that's something like grabbed your attention that was new? Is there something new that you found that you wanted to dig in deeper with or anything like that? Because a lot of people have these forced reflections where they're like, you know what? I'm not happy with my lifestyle. I'm not happy with my work. I want to do this. And I've seen some people actually put it to work during COVID and they're doing it now. Mm-hmm. They're doing it like we do it. So
I've met a lot of people that actually took that time to reflect and had the time to actually sit there and ask themselves like, hey, what is it that I really want to do with my life? You know, like my dad, perfect example. This time off that he's had from work, he started DJing, and now he DJs every week on Facebook Live.
It's amazing.
But me personally, I haven't like picked up anything new, but I have had time to kind of just take a step back and get back into like gaming.
Okay.
Because I went maybe like a whole year without like consistently like
gaming.
You know, playing video games and stuff like that, which kind of opened up the idea of maybe when I get my own little space to start streaming, which is another form of
game
like,
streaming,
content creating. So
that's really big amongst the Call of Duty game, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of gamers, Call of Duty, Fortniters, Apex Legends, I think is a popular one in the streaming.
They're usually like first person, multiple gamer type games.
Yeah, like multiplayer shooters are very popular. But I know a lot of people that start playing like, what's the name of that game? I forget the name of that Nintendo game, but it's like a random like RPG game where you're like walking around, kind of like Pokemon, where you're walking around collecting things and like forget the name of it, but any particular game, like Among Us is now popular, so people are streaming it on their
Among Us. That sounds cool.
Yeah. It's interesting. But that's something that kind of like sparked my interest, and I've been asking questions and watching a lot of people. I used to make fun of the kids that I work with. I was like, "Why are you watching somebody playing video games? That's freaking weird." And then
sometimes it's more relaxing.
Yeah. And then the other day, I caught myself actually doing it.
Yeah. That's how we used to do it as kids. It's kind of like I remember. Shout out to GT. GT, like I would be playing like Zelda, and we would always buy the kind of like the booklet that has all the maps in it. You go to a GameStop and you can find where all the secrets are. So it kind of be like those race car drivers that one's driving and the other one's navigating.
So you got to go up this way.
Yeah. He never wanted to play. I think he enjoyed it, watching the game and giving insight. And some people do that. I love watching people.
I used to do that with my uncle. Yeah. That's how I knew the Resident Evil games, because I guess he was too young. I was too young to buy them. And I guess I was too pussy to play them.
But you got to watch somebody else.
So I would sit there and watch my uncle play it, which was funny.
That's awesome.
And I used to do stuff like that where I would, like, if he needed help, I would jump in the magazine, like flip through the pages. Like, oh, you got to go up this way.
That's awesome.
And that's when, back in the day, the loading screens were like 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
You like go through a door and you have to wait like 5 minutes.
Like, let's go get a snack.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, man. But yeah. Have you like thought of anything new? Picked up anything new? I know we've been super busy the last few months.
I was I switched like I guess like I'm always studying on YouTube in the sense that it's kind of like the same way I came across the Komodo. It's like I go deeper and deeper in kind of like the field of cinematography, because it's like you think you get it, and then there's like a whole nother spectrum of you're like, okay, now I understand.
Like layers.
There's so many layers to cinematography. So I was getting more into the gimbal aspect, filter aspect, lens aspect of things, of even how lenses are built. Like, it's kind of like I want to deconstruct like, what I'm using. So like, it's just, I know, the ins and outs of everything. Like I said, home decor, that's kind of like was my thing. Like, once everything kind of opened up again, I was taking time to imagine how I wanted my apartment, because I wanted to make my living space. That's what opened my mind, because I was like, one, kind of finally got an apartment that I like. It's like, how do I create it? So it's like, if I came off vacation, right? How do I look forward to going back to my house, even though I'm coming back from vacation?
Yeah.
So like that was really important to me. And
so making your apartment homey.
Yeah, just like really like, making it as cozy and livable during any season. If you're gonna be trapped in here, like, you want to feel not too stuffy, but you also want to feel cozy. And I just felt like that was cool. Like, it took time to like imagine things, and
I got you.
I'm finally happy with everything.
Martha Stewart.
Yeah. Martha Stewart is gangster as hell, so I'll take that. She's like, she's home decorating, creating
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, she's like creating curtains with Snoop Dogg, and Snoop like, yo, listen, Martha, we just gotta diz it like I do it, blah blah blah. And then she's like, you know what, Snoop, I feel you.
You're my nizzle.
It's hilarious.
I guess we get the intros out of the way, right? Head over to YouTube. I know we're like 15 minutes in already, well, to 8 minutes in, but head over to YouTube if you're not there already. Like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification. Again, 20% of you guys that watch our videos are not subscribed, so make sure you do that. That way you get a notification every time we drop a video. Apple Podcasts, follow the podcast, leave a rating, leave a review. It helps us in the algorithm. It helps us in the ratings and the rankings. And that's the only way people are going to get to listen to what you're listening to right now. And then Spotify, just follow the podcast. I also, on Podbean, I added us to Google Podcasts. So anybody that wants to listen on Google Podcasts. And I forget what the other one was. Deezer has a podcast now too. So if that's, I don't know anybody that has Deezer, but if you have Deezer, we're on there now.
If that's what you dizzle, baby.
If Deezer's your dizzle.
If Deezer's your dizzle.
And then follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter. I am JetPlaneJ, and my associate over here is
Trap Jesus, baby.
Trap Jesus. And The podcast page is Terrible Reception. So make sure you follow that on Instagram so you can see all the promo clips.
Yep.
Before we move forward, I want to give you a few things.
Hey.
I've been hyping this up for about 24 hours now. So.
Is it this type of hype?
It is mad hype because I've been looking into this and I thought I was going to have to order it online. I was going to gift it to myself for Christmas.
Okay.
But Amy was like, why don't you just buy it now? And I was like, true. I don't know why I'm waiting for Christmas. Why don't I just buy it now?
Tomorrow's not promised.
So then I went on the website and they had a map of places that actually have these in stock.
Okay.
So I went to one in Clifton and I got these.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
And
Wait. No. Yes. Hold on. Here we go.
So I got these beers.
Okay.
These IPAs crafted by the one and only
Yes.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes. Steve Austin's Broken Skull IPA.
Yeah.
Yes. Look at that shit.
Yeah, man.
Woo.
So I was like super excited. I've been following him on Instagram for a minute now.
He's a big beer drinker.
Very big beer drinker. Like he gave a tour of like his trailer, his Hollywood trailer. And it was like, this is my bed. This is the bathroom right here. It's tequila right here. I don't have time to make no tequila.
This is tequila. I thought it was like a hooker. He's like, that's tequila right here.
There's my beers, and he had a ton of beers, water, and Gatorade in his fridge.
You got to be like, what?
I initially wanted to smash two together and drink it, but that would be too messy. And I didn't want
One of us is going home with like a broken skull, literally.
But yeah, I wanted to try these, and I wanted to bring you one.
I'm just going to put this in the background like, this is Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I'm about to drink Steve Austin's Broken Skull IPA.
So let's do this. Let's crack one open.
Now we got to smash them. Let's try this.
Let's do it one more time.
Cheers.
Promo video.
Ready? Stone Cold. This is for you, brother.
Broken Skull IPA. El Segundo.
The rock ain't shit.
Creeping in the
Cheers.
Cheers. Here we go. That's nice.
That's got some mango in there.
That's nice.
That's really nice.
It's not as strong as I thought it was going to be.
No.
Wish it was a little cold.
But you know what? At the end of the day, Stone Cold Steve Austin is a man of refinement. Don't you get it wrong.
He's a cold motherfucker.
He's a cold motherfucker. He's a type where you're like, did you watch the latest Kevin Hart?
No, not yet.
Okay, I'm not going to ruin it for you. But I could see that Stone Cold Steve Austin, right, as masculine as he is and American, I could be like, he probably comes out, he's like, is anybody ready for some brioche? And then he brings you one of these. It's like, you want a Broken Skull IPA? And then you're just like, all right. He's like, how those corn fritters I made? And you're just like,
He's got to have alligator fritters for some reason. Some country ass shit.
This is actually quite refreshing, though.
I like it, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I'm like, yeah. And you could buy these single and or in a pack.
Yeah. The single ones I think are a little bigger. And then it comes in a 4-pack.
Which are these?
You
bought the
4-pack, yeah.
4-pack, yeah.
So the 4-pack was, I think, $13. So not too bad. So
wait, hold on one second. It says, doesn't say much about it. But I really you're tasting this guava, passion fruit, mango undertone, right?
Hold on. It features Citra, Cascade, and Chinook hops to deliver big flavor with an easy finish. Now stop reading and start enjoying this awesome beer. Cheers.
Yeah. It's like for IPA, it's not too harsh on the back of your tongue.
Right.
It doesn't leave that, this is nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Good job, Steve Austin. Smashing them. Brother. I love this. This is great. Great choice.
And I have one more.
Oh, snap.
I went to Puerto Rico last week.
Shout out to Puerto Rico.
And I got you a little gift. I'm going to take the price off because you're supposed to take the price off when you give somebody a gift. But this was apparently handcrafted by somebody named
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Maritza Robles.
Maritza Robles.
And she lives in somewhere in Puerto Rico that I will tell you once I peel this off.
Okay.
But San German, Puerto Rico.
Saint-Germain.
So she handcrafted this, and I am completely ripping this off, trying to get this tag off. But since we're in the holiday spirit,
okay,
you're like a little kid trying to look over the thing, trying to see what it is.
Can't see shit.
Since we're in the holiday spirit, and I figured you guys are very like homey and festive when it comes to the holidays.
Yes.
I'm going to encourage you to get a little Christmas tree so you could put this little ornament on it.
That's amazing. This is cute as hell. I love this. Thank you. That is beautiful. I love that.
Right there is like, there's like this like
castle, look at that, guys.
Castle area by the water that used to be like.
Didn't you take a picture there first time you went? Yeah, that's
like
beautiful.
A fort where like the army used to be based at.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
That means a lot. I like that.
So,
well, Angela has been very, very Christmas happy, and she's been buying all these Christmas goods. And she's going to be very, very happy for this. That's the goal. It's our last Christmas. We moved in after Christmas. It was like Christmas, but it was just like it was a hard transition.
Been a year already.
Yeah, it's been a year. It's crazy. But this year, kind of like where that plan is right there. I think I'm gonna have a nice Christmas tree.
It's a good spot.
Yeah, and we're just gonna decorate it
over there in the corner. But yeah, that light there.
Yeah, man. And then on the 29th. Crossing my fingers that lockdowns don't go heavily. We're going to go to France to see my dad for New Year's.
Papa Jacques.
Papa Jacques in the building, a.k.a. Jacques Strap.
Jacques Strap copier.
Oh, this is going to be so nice, though. Once again, thank you.
No problem.
Jay and Amy for this beautiful gift.
It was either that or this guava hot sauce that I saw at the airport.
Can't go wrong either way.
That can go either really good or really bad. So I took my chances with something that can go really bad.
It's going to be really nice. Because then we can put it up every year. The thing is, a lot of the ornaments kind of got split with the family, with the, things going on in the moves. So we're kind of starting from scratch again. So it's nice to create a new collection.
Mine will be the only one on the tree.
Yes. And then it's going to look, you know what? I have this thing. I wanted to bring this up on the podcast is that the Rockefeller tree.
I knew you were going to say that.
Right? The Rockefeller tree is struggling. And the thing is, they made sure it was struggling. I think, I don't know. I get it. I get
they did it on purpose as a joke.
No, they are. I read a Vanity Fair article that said they chose it specifically to represent 2020 and how it's been rough. And I said, you know what? That's the last thing we need. Like, we need a beautiful tree.
Oh my God, these fucking idiots.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, why? Like, imagine it's your first time in New York, right? Say it's like you decided to take any COVID money or whatever the case may be and bring your family to New York for the first time. You're going to see a trash ass tree. Right? Because
people want to be symbolic.
We want to be symbolic. It's like, can we have a little bit of hope? Can we have a little bit of charm? It's like, no, it's like the tree looks like it was set on fire before anybody came.
It's like we all look forward to this damn tree every year and you're going to bring a half-assed tree.
That's the last thing we needed, okay? We've lost so many people. We've lost celebrities. We've lost opportunity. We need...
Lost loved ones. Jesus.
We lost love. We need hope at its highest form. And now it's like on top of already having, governors and government create restrictions for holidays, which are beyond absurd. It's like, now it's like you're going to put a tree that looks like shit. Thanks.
It looks like they got the tree from wherever they got these trees from.
Yeah.
They tied it to the back of a truck and just dragged it all the way to New York.
It's like, how do you do that? It's like a loved one, like, lost somebody to a cancer patient. And you're like, hey, I thought I would bring you this trash ass, gift. It's like,
that's what happens when somebody is like too artsy, I guess. In those, I bet you it was a hipster that was in charge of that.
It had to be.
He was like, let's get the tree that represents how 20 years. No, just give us a fucking pretty tree.
We needed something that we could look to be like, wow, you know what? That took the edge off.
Right. Or at least for us to be like, oh, let's do like a Christmassy thing. Let's go to the city.
That's all we have right now. It's like we're home. It's like, even yesterday, I told you, it's like I got caught up yesterday with buying Thanksgiving holiday. Like I want to make it festive, you know? Like I want to fill the atmosphere of the apartment with good smelling turkey in the oven. I want, you know, the
Cinnamon.
stuffing, the cinnamon. Yeah, like we're gonna have, you know, the sweet potato casserole, mashed potatoes on fleek. You know, and it's just like people need that. Give us that. These holidays get you through
the rest of the year.
The you know, it's already, we have to deal with like 4 o'clock. It's nighttime.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, come on, like just give us a nice tree.
Yeah. For a while, I was like kind of down in the dumps. I was like, oh, you know, actually Thanksgiving creeped up on me. I didn't even know it was like next week until like a few days ago.
It's like, it doesn't even feel like it's coming.
But like I switched up my mindset sometime in the last few days. I was just like, let me switch up my mindset. I know it gets like really depressing just thinking about everything that's going on, but it's like I started thinking, and I'm trying to practice this more and more, like to just sit down and just think of something that you're grateful for, right?
Okay.
And that actually leads me to the next segment.
Yes.
Just switching up that just switching up that mindset kind of changes your mood, because the whole week I was like having the pre-gig jitters. Yeah. It's like when you're working a wedding, it could get super stressful. Yeah. You're like, oh, we got to drive an hour to PA, work 8 to 10 hours or something like that, and then drive home, unload. You know, it could get super stressful.
So stressful. And then it's like, it doesn't end. You got to edit.
You got to edit the photos, edit the videos. So then I thought to myself, like, I have to be grateful that we were at least able to work, right?
Yeah.
Have jobs, have something to do on a Saturday, you know?
Yeah. It's weird. It's like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel a couple things with the state of the world versus what we do. The beauty about what we always did, it was that it added value or a sense of, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, again, you know, when you use the word or the term in French, je ne sais quoi, it means like, it's this thing I can't pinpoint, but it just made you feel like when we did music, it gave us hope for like this really cool entertainment world future, right? When we shoot music videos and all that, it's like, even if there's sports players and stuff like that, due to the condition of the world right now, everything seems obsolete or inferior to the importance or the seriousness of what's going on. So when we lived in a world where things, trust me, there was always bad things happening, but to have a universal alignment of fear,
anxiety,
and all this stuff, it's kind of like when you do create art, like artists want to live in a world where it's like you can add to the world, you can add another piece of greatness, but like when you do it, it's just like, if you present your art, it's like everybody else is like, can you hold on please? Like that's not as important as what's going on right now. And I feel like that's what sucks to me, is just like, if you do a music video, if you create music, I don't think I've been in a music zone, because it's like, as much as music is hope and this and that for the future, it just feels like there's more important things to tend to. I don't know.
I agree. I was actually thinking about that the other day, because it was like, I wanted to be in a music mood, but I can't, things like that you can't force, right? And you know, I love what we've put out so far. Yeah. And I love going back to it. And that's kind of why I like, you know, the rest of the year, I feel like it's kind of scratched at the moment, where we can like just take the next month or two to just kind of figure out where we want to go as far as music is concerned. Yeah. Because everything else I feel like is pretty established. The videography, the photography is pretty established. Like, you know, we built that clientele, whatever. But the music is always up in the air, you know what I mean? But it's always like our baby. Like we always go back to it. We always love it.
It hit me pretty hard. It's kind of like, again, we discussed this maybe 6-7 podcasts back before we went into lockdown. But when we met Fred the Godson, and you know, this great artist in himself, like complimented our work, and we were around people we looked up to for years. You know, when they congratulate, and then it's like, that guy's gone. His family's dealing with a stress or a heartache that we can't even probably fathom right now. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's just like, it's this weird, you know, you should keep going with whatever you love to do. And like I said, we're in a forced reflection. But at the same time, there's certain things that it's like you have to give a moment of silence to.
Right.
You got to let it breathe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like right now, it's like we got to make sure that like family's good, circles are good, bank accounts are good, businesses are good. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like without some type of infrastructure, other things can't exist.
Yeah. It's kind of like that saying where it's like you gotta take care of yourself before you can take care of somebody else. Like when you're on a plane, they always tell you to put your face mask on before you put it on anybody else. It's kind of like that concept.
COVID feels like it kind of like pushed the world back in trying to establish itself again. Because even before that, it's like we might have been going through growing pains as our own countries, as our own citizens. It's like we still got to get shit right with racism and this and that. But it's like, boom, now that you bring in a virus that you have no clue about, that you can't really control at the moment, even if you seem to try to attempt to do so. It's like, again, it's like there's things that, again, it's a pushback. Now you got to take care of that. You got to make sure that's good. After that, you got to get past whatever remnants of the political climate ends up being there. And then it's like, okay, now we can rethink, you know, ourselves as people, because then it's like, boom, now I can put out music. Now I can put out imagery. And we could still do that for people because we're in a zone where it's like people appreciate that being home. Oh, I have a movie to look forward to.
Right.
Mandalorian's out. People are creating art every day. But still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like there is a time and place. And I feel like right now is a good time for everybody to kind of just like recharge themselves. Because the holiday's always been a time for people to kind of just like chill out, you know, take a breather, get ready for the new year.
And it's tough for the people that lost people.
Right.
Because now it's like another reflective moment. I was like, oh, I remember just this person being here last year.
Right. So holidays are always tough for people that have lost somebody. So,
so this goes all the way back to the Rockefeller tree. You could have made a better decision,
right,
to put something, you know,
put a smile on our faces.
Amy works at Bergdorf Goodman, right?
Bergdorf Goodman, yeah.
The beauty about Bergdorf's or Fifth Avenue and stuff, that
The windows.
you know, the Rockefeller, the windows. You know, like it's like we might not have all the money in the world, but like New York, I don't know if New York's a younger brother, an older brother that the world looks up to. That kind of like, oh, yo, I kind of want to be like you. Like, I want to be up on what you're doing. It's like we're going from boarded windows and all this to like a very protective. New York seems like it's going under. It's like,
I think New York is like that cool uncle that moved away to make something of himself. It's like you only see him once a year. But if you live near him, he kind of gets annoying. You know what I mean?
That's interesting.
But you take him for granted.
Okay, he's an uncle. I can see that.
You know
I can see that. Yeah.
But everybody else that sees him like once a year is like, oh, or never met him before. Like, oh, he's cool as fuck.
He gave you $10 and it's the world.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So he's like that uncle.
I can see that. I can see that. But yeah, like, you know, I think there's people out here that are still trying to make the world beautiful. And that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to make the world beautiful, you're doing your part as a person, you're doing your part as an artist. And I think that for anything, it's kind of like the, what is that? A&D ointment to a burn or something like that. Like, let's soothe it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's the job of an artist.
Right.
Let me bring a painting into your home to maybe take your mind off of something. Let me take your mind off. Let me hold your baggage real quick. You know what I'm saying? I think we have a bigger job than we sometimes understand. Yeah. But anything, it's like Stone Cold. You're an artist. You know, you had to think about, you had to really focus on this flavor of this beer, and then you had to create art for it. And then look, somebody else drinks it and brings them pleasure. So it's the same thing with a lot.
You know what I admire about beer?
What's that?
Brewers. It's like there's hundreds and maybe thousands of different kinds of beer. It's like, how do you make yours taste different from everybody else's?
That's
You
true.
know what I mean?
That's true. But you know what it is? I think I've said this before as well. I said, there's a lot of people that might look at you and they think that you're somebody that they saw before. But if you put your fingerprint on a paper, there's no duplicate of your fingerprint in this world. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the beauty of it. Like, you might be 2 hops away from a different beer, but
I see
it's never going to be a duplicate.
The same beer. I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. These microphones are the same. They're built the same. You know, this and this and that. But your identity and how you kind of put a twist on something. Mm-hmm. We could be in the same kitchen, same seasonings, whatever. Yeah. Our food's going to come out differently. Yeah. Even if we're making the same recipes.
You might cook it for like 2 seconds longer.
2 seconds longer. Mm-hmm. And that's the beauty. And I think it's the same thing. I might get deep with this one, but it's the same thing with like bringing children into this world. You know what I'm saying? How many people have brought children into this world, but each one has been a different, some type of gift, some type of personality, something a little bit different, but there's still a remnants of something that existed. And I think that in itself is hopeful. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
So cheers to the artists out there.
Cheers to the artists.
Yeah, man.
Keep on beautifying this world because we definitely need it. And like I've mentioned a couple times before, I usually scrub my Instagram when I start seeing like things that are not appealing to me or bring joy to me. Yeah. Kind of like Marie Kondo. Remember Marie Kondo was popping?
Yes.
It's like, I look at these posts and it's like, is this bringing me joy? No? Then I'm sorry, I'm unfollowing you.
Yeah.
And
you have choices in this world.
Right.
People are artists. At the end of the day, like if you guys make children or you bring in something beautiful into this world, you're an artist. You created something. Creation is the most powerful tool. So whether you're creating with your hands, your mind, your body,
your dick,
anything, you're creating something. So like we all end up being artists at the end of the day. We all bring in some type of art, and the art is forever continuous.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, man.
So with that being said, we'll jump over to What's the Wave? What's the Wave today? I wanted to see. Let me see my list real quick.
Damn it.
For the silence.
I was trying to get this.
That one. No. Oh, okay. 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
Kind of unrelated, but kind of related. The first one is name 3 things that you are grateful for in 2020.
Grateful for. I am grateful for all the friends and the family that I have left in my life. I really appreciate, with the passing of Feldy and stuff like that, it's like that really was like a kicker to me where it was like, don't take shit for granted. It's like, don't, like every minute, every second, it's like try to be happy, try to share a joke, try to share like something dope, you know what I'm saying? Because when you look back on it, that's all you're left with. You know what I'm saying? You're left with the memories. So it's like, I'm very grateful for the family and the friends I have left that, inspire me or like hold me down when you need that. I'm very happy for, I always say it to myself, I say, there's a lot of people in this world that dream about owning like the dullest of cameras. For us, we have 3 to 4 of the top cameras in the world right now. We have, as much as it's like I have a debt and this and that, I'm still so happy to have the tools I can just grow and grab and experience. Like if I died tomorrow, I'd be like, fuck, at least I got to try everything I wanted to put my hands on. That I'm very, very grateful for. And I guess I can correspond that with the businesses that we have. Like, I don't have to go to a waiter job like I used to. And that's no disrespect to anybody does like a waiter job or whatever. It was, for me, it's a humbling experience where it helps me hold down my business more, knowing how hard either one can be. It can be hard you getting up and have to work for somebody. It's hard you maintaining a business and doing everything right without having a blueprint. Because even if you have somebody to guide you, it doesn't mean that that's your journey. So Definitely happy to have the business.
Mm-hmm.
And health is wealth.
I was gonna say that too.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you know, my cholesterol is a little high this year, but at the end of the day,
those White Castle trips you've been taking.
yeah, man. You know, it's weird. It's like I either go like super keto, healthy greens every day, or I take these breaks every 1 to 2 years, and I'm just like, you know, I'll look at it like 6 months ago on episodes. I'm like, oh, I was looking good. And now I'm like, oh, you're looking fat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Fat Boy Slim over
yeah, Fat Boy Slim over here. I've been fluctuating, but I'm like, I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to say like,
that's the most important thing.
yeah, like for me, it's like I've had frustrations still come every day. You know, like I'll call Jay and I'll be venting like, you know, this client's annoying me right now or this or that. But it's like, you know, just like anything else, it's like you're going to get mad even if you have a child, but at the end of the day, it's your child. It's like you'll hear it crying, but God forbid you don't hear it crying anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's a difference in that. So those top 3 for me, yeah.
Like that. Okay. I'll piggyback off of that.
Okay.
Definitely number 1 is the health part with everything going on. It's always good to wake up every day. You know? A lot of people this year didn't have that luxury of seeing another day, you know, as dark and as morbid as that sounds.
Even if you wake up with like, think about having a headache, how much that annoys you. There's some people that can't come out of that.
Right. Or I was thinking the other day, like there was an article or a video I saw of somebody that had hiccups for like 20 something years. Can you imagine that?
That'd be a nightmare of mine.
Right.
No, honestly, like I'd be like fucked up.
Like I had hiccups for like 10 minutes once and I wanted to fucking hang myself.
26 years.
Something like that. Look it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
I forget how many years, but they've had it for like a really long time.
That's fucked up.
Doctors can't figure out why. But, you know, I'm grateful for like the smallest little things, like being able to walk and, you know, do things on my own. So, obviously the business, you know, we had a moment where we had to jump over hurdles earlier during the pandemic, but thankfully, you know, things were rescheduled for the following year or later this year. You know, we have a gig tomorrow that we're going to work that didn't get rescheduled. So, you know, I'm thankful for, you know, jobs.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that lost their jobs. So, you know.
Businesses left and right, restaurants.
So.
Top quality too.
Yeah.
It sucks because nobody is safe. I've seen people that have excellent food and they like, I had to let it go.
Yeah. So, you know, I was reading something that says that new businesses usually go under after the first year or so.
Yes.
And we've had our LLC, 2 years, 3 years now?
2-3 years,
yeah. So, you know, we had a lot of hopes and aspirations for this year. We were picking up steam and the momentum was going through the roof.
It was crazy.
Yeah. Like towards the end of last year and early this year, from like weddings, gigs, clients, everything.
Everything was on an equal scale of like music career.
Yeah.
Everything was just skyrocketing. Yeah. And I have all the faith in the world that I'll go right back to it.
Right.
But for now, it's kind of like, you know, when you got to put the car in cruise control.
Just letting go.
Yeah.
And yeah, so, you know, I'm thankful for that. I'm grateful for that. And I guess we're saying the same things, but backwards. I was going to say I'm grateful for like the friends and family that I still have to this day. Like I have a bunch of family members that are very annoying. But I do take a step back sometimes and I'm like, you know, I do care for this person. I got to like put certain stress because I don't know if I've always preached this on here, but you know, it's good to cut off toxic people.
Yeah.
No matter who they are. It could be a relative, it could be a best friend, whatever. If it's for the better of your mental health and your well-being, it's okay to cut these people off. Yeah. And
because anything's like a boomerang.
Right.
If you throw and you let it go, if it's meant to come back with ease and grace, it will.
Yep. So, you know, I always hear a lot of people saying, yeah, you know, this person's an asshole or this person does this, but they're my cousin or they're my aunt or they're my uncle or they're my parents, you know? And I don't feel like that's a good way for people to live. You know what I mean? So at this moment, family wise, at least my immediate family, I'm grateful that me and my parents get along.
Yeah.
And my nephew is healthy.
That's good. And
everybody else is alive and well.
Yeah.
Whether they're annoying or not. But yeah, I'm thankful for all that stuff. So
that's good.
You know, Thanksgiving's around the corner, so I wanted to be a little more chipper.
You have to. You know, because like I think about it too. Sometimes I create scenarios in my head to appreciate what I have. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, what if what if such and such calls me tomorrow with this type of news?
Right.
What if I wake up and you move somebody and they don't answer? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think. I think as an artist, I can vividly imagine those things, so it hits me a little harder, and then you're like, all right, I got to shake it off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, I think about the pain I have, and then I'm like, okay, what if there's somebody that just can't take it away? You know what I'm saying? So same thing. It's like, I kind of do it with driving. Even if I don't drive all the time, I always kind of practice it in my head. So when I do come around, it's like, it's almost like real. You know what I'm saying? So like, I kind of do that just to keep myself grateful, to keep myself focused, and all these other things, you know?
Yeah. So, you know, before I asked that question earlier, I was saying that I don't know if I said this off air or on air, but that I want to set aside, because I actually listened to somebody, I don't know if it was on Instagram or like on a podcast or something, where this person actually sets an alarm on her phone to remind herself to think about what she's grateful for that particular day.
Oh, nice.
So I think I want to start practicing that.
That's good.
Even if it's not every day, maybe once a week, kind of just like sit down, reflect for a few minutes, maybe 2-3 minutes, to say, okay, take a deep breath. What were you grateful for this week?
Yeah.
And I think that will go a long way as far as resetting your brain and your mindset.
I think for a lot of people, it's easier to become a millionaire than it is for them to be positively aligned and grateful.
Right.
Because, like, again, they spend a whole journey trying to become the wealthiest people in the world, but it doesn't always mean that they actually, Fulfillment is a concept I don't even think we can obtain yet. Humans, the whole journey of your human existence is to try to be fulfilled on a full scale. But I think it's a theory. I think it's like I don't think it's obtainable the way we think it is.
I don't think, I guess it's subjective to each person.
It is subjective.
And then the personality of the person, right? Because if you set a goal for yourself and you achieve that goal, then
you're fulfilled.
Right, you're fulfilled for that moment. And then I think it's human nature to be like, okay, I did this, and that maybe I can do this.
Because fulfillment isn't an end goal. It's a thing of sustainability. So it's like
that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I always think to myself, like, everybody's like, I want to be a master piano player. Like, the beauty about the whole journey is that you're always teaching yourself. You're always learning something. And limitlessness is a lot more beautiful than the end of it. You know what I'm saying?
I like that, because it's like fulfillment should be something that you can sustain, or that feeling of fulfillment should be something that you sustain, because if you are truly fulfilled, then that moment will stop right then and there.
Yeah.
Right.
Greed is like salty, fatty foods. They taste good. They're easily accessible, but then you'll see
side effects
and weight. And then it's like that weight is that depression, and you literally carry it. So it's kind of like when you sustain your health, when you sustain your spirituality, when you sustain all these other things, you feel, like we've discussed on keto, you feel free. You feel lighter, you feel energized, you feel aware. And I think, it's on that similar, again, like from a spiritual mental aspect, it's the same thing.
I like that.
Yeah.
I fuck with that.
Fuck with it.
And then I guess I could jump on.
This beer is really pleasant, by the way. If you guys,
I wish it was colder. When I first got it, it was like really cold, and then I left it in the car.
I find it pleasant because you know what, beers, the flavor changes as they change temperature too. But I'm finding this one as you drink it, it's not like it's pleasant the whole way through. So yeah, for sure, it could be like I guess colder, but even now it's like I find like I don't like IPAs like that. So this is really pleasant.
Yeah. So I'm glad it's an IPA because I've come around to liking IPAs. I hated them at first.
Yeah.
But
it's not like that harsh bitterness that's left on your tongue. This is like really nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold, baby.
What is something that you would tell your younger self, knowing what you know now?
Oh man. Don't stress the future. Don't try to extend yourself to the point that you did for certain people. You know what I'm saying? Learn patience and
can I be devil's advocate?
Go ahead.
Extending yourself for certain people. Do you feel if you didn't get burned in those certain situations, would it make you the person that you are today?
You're right on that. So I mean, when you do, if I had to I always say that too. I said if I had to relive an experience, I wouldn't change anything about it because it did make me who I am. But if I could have been more, like again, it was that point in time when I got robbed at gunpoint, is where I changed my whole MO. So I was said, listen to your gut instinct. That initial don't fucking do it, I didn't listen to for years until that situation happened. And then after that, you know, I didn't really fall into that anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I had as many hardcore falling outs with people just because, you know, I decided not to listen to my instinct, to my gut. Like, you shouldn't be messing with them. But then you're like, oh, yeah, I'm just trying to play nice guy because, you know, me, I realized at one point in my life I was a toxic empath. I made up excuses for people that didn't even have those emotions, those knowings. I was like, oh, no, it's because this, and that. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. And that put me in a horrible situation.
Gotcha.
And I would also tell myself, because it became a bad habit financially, where it was just like, replace this emotion by gifting yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that put me in a bad situation after a while. So financial like knowledge, whatever I was raised on, I would have changed it.
That's funny that you say that because that's what I would tell my younger self is don't listen to others, which I did, and keep going. And then teach yourself financial literacy. Yeah. Because I feel like at my age, obviously it's never too old to like, you're never too old to learn new things.
Yeah. But you look at the ladder and it goes past the clouds and you're like, this is going to be a long one.
Right. So when I look back and I'm like, all the financial decisions that I've made at a young age, obviously you're young and dumb.
Yeah.
And you don't know any better. And you're learning these things from people that don't know anything themselves.
Yeah.
Or haven't been taught any of this stuff themselves. Because it's funny, like growing up, you see, I don't know if white families do this, but do white families go through your mail even if it has your name on it? Do they open your envelopes and shit?
There's tons of times where my mom's like, oh, this is an honest mistake, but I opened this by mistake.
Even though it has your name blasted all over
blasted. Like huge bold font. And I'm like,
could be an envelope shaped in your name.
She's like,
oops, that doesn't
she's like, I was looking at one and then it flipped and then I thought, I was like, all right, so now you know my credit score and all this other shit.
Okay, so I know I'm not alone on that one.
No.
So
I think it's a parent thing in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I say that because my parents would do stuff, especially my mom would do stuff like that, and then she would bitch and complain. Oh, you have this credit card debt. You should be. You're not using your credit card, paying it off, blah, 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 wasting your money on garbage.
What we say all the time, it's universal. If you think that you're alone or you're only one going through it, I assure you 30 people within your circle have gotten the same shit.
And that's the beauty of this. And I want to, like, moving forward, I want to be more honest, which I think we've been doing a really good job with. Yeah. But I want to be more, I guess, more personal, get more personal.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when people listen to us, they're like, oh, yeah, I've been through that, or yeah, that's happened to me or whatever. So, you know, once we say this envelope thing, I'm sure tons of people are going to say the same exact thing.
That's the only thing I love about, I'm never about the herd mentality, but the herd mentality of human experience, I'm about that 100%.
That's why I always love like those skits, like the Instagram comedians when they do those skits about like, I don't know, families and their parents and stuff like that. Especially like one that's particular to like Dominicans. Yeah. It's like, wow, they're all the same. Yeah. All the fucking same. Yeah. And then it goes across the board. Like you could bump into a Haitian, or like I would post something and I'd be like, oh, Dominican moms be like this. And a Haitian person would be like, oh, my Haitian mom is like that too. Yeah. Or my Nigerian mom is like that too. Or my, I don't know, Italian mom is just like that too. It's crazy.
Literally, honesty and transparency is like the backbone or the foundation to healing. Because it's like because if not, everybody lives in the shadows of saying, I'm ashamed to tell or be such things. And it's like, you know, as Americans, right? The beauty about it is like we all try to prove that we're financially stable, that we have the best apartment, everybody's going on vacation, but we all know we're forfeiting something for something. Most of America lives in the red, but none of, like, again, we come from a very toxic place of my lawn has to be greener than yours, my dick's got to be bigger than yours, the ass and tits got to be fatter than everybody else's. And it's just like, at the end of the day, we're unhappy because we were doing everything else to, you know, impress the people that don't give a fuck or have the same type of insecurity that will never give you the time of day and tell you, oh, congratulate. And if they do it in bitterness. They do it in pettiness because that fulfillment we just spoke about 15 minutes ago is not even on the radar. So it's like, for me,
are we going full circle right now?
We going full fucking circle. So like, even for me, you know, where early 2000s, before I met you, when I graduated high school, I always liked nice things. I always liked fashion, but I never knew the depth of where to get the fashion that I liked, or I never had the funds to do it. Money and bad relationships and people that I believed in that didn't even care about themselves changed my whole mentality. So between that, thinking that could never happen to me, because I'm always like, I'm a smart guy, I'm not insecure that way. These things happen, and it's the same thing like I reflect on now. It's like, since I got robbed at gunpoint, one of my really, 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 really bad habits is just what I told you. I'm really smart about studying what I study. I'm on top of my game about cameras, lenses, whatever. But I'm also trigger happy about buying them because I feel like tomorrow's not promised. And when I have things that like losing Feldy or this or that, it's like, fuck, I gotta go harder because it's like tomorrow's not promised. So that's why I'm saying it's a bad habit. You gotta get back into a mindset of saying, hey, I got time. And that's hard.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, especially during these moments.
Yeah. Man, I was gonna say something too and I forgot.
My bad.
It's okay. You going. You were preaching.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, just be grateful. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. And you know, this is a perfect time for everybody to just like sit down. As much as you're like sitting down and trying to figure your life out, just sit down and figure out what you're grateful for at this point in time. Yeah. Even if you're sitting you're listening to this in your car, you're sitting and listening to this in your little office or in your bedroom while you're cleaning, doing laundry, whatever. Just pause this for a few minutes, take 2 to 3 minutes, just think real hard. It could be the smallest little thing. What are you grateful for? Even just, being able to do laundry.
Yeah.
There's people in the world that are doing their laundry in the river or don't have clothes.
Yeah.
So, that's all I got to say.
That's good shit.
We're still a little under an hour.
Got the claps all around.
Did you see that? I know you don't use Twitter that often, but
no,
they added something called Fleets.
Fleets.
Which is basically stories.
Okay.
It's kind of annoying now.
It's stories on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what's funny about that? The first day I was like, we don't really need this. There's another thing we have to keep up with, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of people that are on Twitter because they don't like the other things that are on like Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. And I was like looking at it, and I have like people that I follow on Twitter. We follow each other for like years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all we are is Twitter friends. And all we see is words. And sometimes we'll like post pictures and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The funny thing about Fleet is now you're seeing these people outside of their words.
Okay.
So they've had like this particular personality that they've put onto Twitter with their words.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have the ability of putting their photos or videos or whatever it is that they're doing now. So now you can see people more outside of their default photo.
Gotcha.
Or outside of their words.
The truth unveiled.
Right. So I'm like looking at these people and I was like, oh, you look different.
Isn't that so weird? Like when you like you're used to seeing somebody's profile or avatar for the longest time, right, and then you actually see them come up on their story rather than a meme.
Right.
You're like, oh. And you're like, you don't even know. You're like, I don't know if this is good or this is bad. But it's like,
it's just different.
It is different.
Like but I don't know, man. I just feel like Twitter didn't need that, but
Twitter,
I get it.
Twitter and Facebook, I don't know if you've been following this, but they've been under question by the Senate of the United States on a lot of things. By censorship, fact checking, and all this shit.
Yeah.
They didn't look like they were very I don't know. They look like they were a little scared. It's rough times.
It's tough. With things like that, I just feel like it's so difficult to regulate it. When somebody has like a phone at their fingertips at all times, at any given moment, they can like tweet some wild shit that can run wild.
Yeah.
How do you regulate something like that?
I don't even think that they should be regulating it in the sense of, like, for me, it's like, I'm not going to, like, we're going to Twitter and Facebook for certain information. Like, if I'm on Facebook, I'm part of the Komodo users, which is like just a bunch of nerdy guys that discuss their shit about their cameras all day and stuff like that. I'm never, ever, ever, ever going to Facebook or Twitter to find out what's going on in the world. The only time that I've really taken Twitter seriously is like I'll hashtag my town if something's going on, like a fire or a school shooting, and I can see people tweeting about it. And then I'll go to the news articles to find whatever I got to do. But like, I'm never going to Twitter or anything like that for like information. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying there we're staying here to bullshit with our friends or whatever the case may be, like separate them. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, for everything to be fact checked and this and this and that, like our whole constitution was supposed to be about freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's a tall tale, conspiracy theory, fact, or yesterday's news, like let us be. Because if we go into that form, it's no better than
totalitarianism.
Exactly. It's no better than that. It's no better than dictatorship. It's no better than anything else. It's like, I don't want to end up like North Korea, where it's like, oh yeah, we believe that Joe Biden or Trump, shit rainbows. Like, I don't want to live in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said for us as people, we need to dictate far more often what we need from everybody else. Even though Twitter and Facebook was created by who it's created for, we use it. They make money off of us. So at this point, we should have say of what we respect and not respect from these companies. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me say my shit. If I want to believe that Biden or Trump are the best fucking presidents in the world, don't censor it. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's like, again, we have so much devise and there's too much. Like, I look at the news, right? It's like CNN or Fox. Fox, is for Trump. CNN is like liberals and stuff and like that. And it's just too
one-sided.
It's too one-sided where it's like we need bias in news to a certain degree, but we don't need it where it's like you're not becoming a journalist anymore. You're telling people what to say. And that's like misinformation.
I was listening to something the other day that said news was no longer news when the news anchors became Twitter personalities.
Exactly.
Or Facebook personalities.
But that's what everybody's gunning
looking for clicks, right?
Yeah. And that's as bad as, what Trump did, in the sense that he was looking for ratings. He let people know, like, the ratings are high. The ratings are high. And it's like, listen, man.
A shit show that we're watching.
People would have fucked with you if you just
shut the fuck up.
It's not even shut the fuck up, because for sure you want to talk, but it's like, it's the same thing. It's like, like, there's filth on both sides, but nobody's discussing the filth that's happened on Joe Biden's side either. It's like we're dealing with dirty deals. We're dealing with, sure, his son's not the best. Like, I don't know if you should be bringing out personal life with this and that. We're talking about, you ain't black enough if you don't vote for me. But it's not going to make headlines because America's coming out of a toxic relationship, not realizing you're going into another toxic relationship just because it looks better. I've been there in my life. I could see it when it's happening. So it's like there's too much faith in others rather than relying on society itself. We shouldn't understand our power. And there's, again, nothing's ever going to fucking change until there's a reformatting of the Constitution and or there's a revolution. The only way I've seen countries get their shit back is like French Revolution, American Revolution. I posted the other day, the IRS is not connected to the United States. They take our taxes and they send money back to England and the Queen, because when we got our freedom, we got our freedom. But it doesn't mean that they own a portion of the land. And it's the same thing. Something's got to give and something's got to pull back. So if everybody wants their freedom, you got to give something up. And people are forgetting that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do something extreme sometimes to get what you want back. And that's just my personal view of it. But people got to wake up and stop, like, we got too caught up in it. Now we just, like, we don't know where to look. We have no bird's eye view of this shit. You know what I'm saying? There's too many distractions. Too many. Like, to believe that somebody's going to change this in 4 years or 8 years, get out your goddamn mind.
No, I mean, I don't think anybody thinks that any change is going to happen. I just feel like the climate is more calm.
The climate is calm because I realize people love being lied to. And it doesn't matter. It's like people love being lied to. And people have told me they enjoy being lied to rather than having to deal with the fears and discomfort of the truth right in front of them. And I think that's absurd.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I was going to say that I feel, as far as the presidency, I feel it's a much calmer climate because you don't have a person running a country that is fueling people that he believes is his demographic.
Yeah. Well, I didn't feel that he felt it was his demographic, those bad people, but he knew he had their support, right? So he doesn't see them. He doesn't see them as how other people see them. He sees it as a number. He sees it as a rating. He sees it as a support to get what he wants again. So where he went wrong is, again, he's blatant about everything. So he didn't lie about the things he should have as a politician. He didn't lie to the people and say, hey, black people, I got your back. This, and the third. And everybody fucked with Trump, even though, like, he had a lot of, what's it called? When you fail as a business, when he went bankrupt.
Bankrupt, yeah.
When he went bankrupt as a not an architect,
businessman.
Yeah. He's gone bankrupt 4 to 5 times, but still stayed afloat on top of the game somehow, right? So America loved Trump in the sense of an icon. He built so much in New York. Everybody wanted to be something associated with Trump, right? How many times did we go to the Taj Mahal in Atlantic City? We're like, yo, this is dope, blah, blah, blah. Fuck it. Everybody fucked with Trump. Once he became a politician, that's when everything turned. Because the way he spoke, he was going to throw dirt on the Republicans and the Democrats. He had no filter. So even till now, people are shaking in their boots and they are censoring him because he's going to throw filth on everybody for everybody turning the tables on him. That's where the danger is going to come out of. So for sure, when somebody don't like you, and we've seen it on social media, they will turn the tables. And it's a perfect political game. You know what I'm saying? Everybody fucked with Giuliani years ago. Like, Giuliani was like the best fucking New York governor and this and that. Same thing with Trump. Yo, I want to be Trump. Every rapper wanted to be fucking Trump. This, that, and the third. The problem is that he didn't know how to be conservative and say the right things. The way anybody can twist it, we live in the world. He fucked up on his own shit. They should have never gave him a Twitter. They should have he should know when to shut the fuck up. They should have gave somebody to kind of manage the thoughts. It's the same thing with Kanye. I'll never take away from Kanye. He's not a genius. He has some absurd shit, but it's the reason of the workflow. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, same thing with Biden. Biden says some absurd shit, right? We know that. I've watched a documentary. You can watch it on Vice. There are people that have been jailed by Kamala Harris and this and that. Everybody has to be in politics, you gotta be fucking crazy, right? There's no, like, it's like artists. You gotta be weird as fuck to become an artist, right? Same thing in politics. If you're fucking crazy, like no billionaire, millionaire got there 100% clean, okay? We all know that, even for us. The reason why we're in a predicament is because we're not ready to fuck people over. We're kind of here. So if you're a politician, you fuck somebody over to get to where you need it to be. You got a lot of money because you're putting something else, you're sacrificing something of somebody else's benefit to benefit yours. So I need, what I try to tell everybody is like, take that motherfucking shit with a grain of salt and don't put all your fucking eggs in one basket, because you're going to see the same complaints and frustrations coming up 3 years in, this and that. If you want to see real change, it's got to come from the people.
Okay. So now can I get my thought out?
Yes.
You keep interrupting me.
My bad.
I'm saying that the climate, I feel, as far as the presidency, is calming down because we don't have a person that is running the most powerful country in the world by feeding, like I said, the people that he feels are the people that we're going to vote for him, which are the racist people, because racism exists no matter what. Now it was, at least the last, I would say, several years, getting ready to go into like this whole election thing, and finally it's fucking over. It's he was feeding these people. And these people found the courage because they have this guy up here on this pedestal telling them it's okay to act the way you guys are acting. It's okay for you guys to feel what you guys are feeling. And it's okay for you guys to display this kind of behavior in front of people. So when you have a person like this going up against somebody else who I feel, at least the picture he is portraying or they're portraying is the opposite, then I would much rather go with somebody that's more for the peace or uniting people rather than somebody that's on this side saying, you know, stand back or get ready. You know, it's
weird because on the same time, it's like when you think about Clinton, Hillary, everything that was connected with, who's the Jewish guy with the pedophilia rings? Epstein. When you have all these pedophilia rings connected to all these people, right? And they forget like the videos of Joe Biden like feeling up on everybody's wife and little daughter. It's like fuck, man. Like I just feel like we're making like we had too many of these broken skull IPAs, and it's like the same thing. It's like it sucks because I talk to a lot of my black friends about it too. And again, I told them like even by me using the term black friends or whatever, you're my Hispanic friend. It's like you're gonna end up being censored. We're gonna live in a country, right, where it's like by your political view, you could be like a Republican and not fuck with Trump, and then it's like I say a Republican, you're instant racist. You know, it's like saying if you're a Democrat, you're instant pedophile lover. Like we don't want to live in that world where now we got all these labels. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I feel like this election was so different because of that narrative that was built on both sides.
My thing is, it's 2020 and 2020 isn't over yet. And I've been wanting to say this, and I just kind of been like trying to be conservative about it. But I'm like, damn, man, the way I see it, if it is 2020, it's going to be like, you know, when they leave you on a cliffhanger in your like movie, like Marvel, it's going to be like Joe Biden won. Trump's probably going to find a way to win. And then it's like Trump's president again and everybody loses hope.
It's like we all wake up from this nightmare.
Yeah. My thing is it sucks because there's extremists on both sides. And either way you flip it, you're going to have to deal with
one or the other.
Yeah, it's like cancer. It's like if you recover from cancer, you're still going to deal with repercussions of dealing with cancer. So for me, that's the way that propaganda has been forced down our throats, the way that divisiveness, whether it's Republican or Democratic liberalism, you know, both extremes with the censorship, with the fact checking, it's not healing. So that's why I'm like, as much as we've taken steps backwards because of COVID, it's like, fuck, we got to take even more to like look at this with a bird's eye view and say, shit, where the fuck is the truth? What's going to help us? Censorship not going to help us, right? Changing somebody might be saying the truth, but then it's like, oh, it's not working for our political party, so censored. And it sucks because it's like, where you didn't like to talk politics years ago. And even me, to a certain point, I was never like politic. Like, yeah, my dad talked politics. I just listen. It's becoming so much a part of our life because I feel that somebody in that motherfucker that we don't know that's 10 steps ahead of just the face that we're seeing is losing control or something's because of this climate. It's telling me something's coughing. You know, it's kind of like seeing Zordon. When you see Zordon, you're like, oh my God, he's a big, mighty, strong guy and Alpha's working for him. But when you take that face and that image away, it's the sick man that's only living by crystals. And that's the way I see everything. I'm like, it's the Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz was look all grand and glory. And then he comes out of the door, he's like the small guy that's insecure. So he makes other people feel insecure. And he's ruining things. So you need the 4 people that change it. You need heart. I don't even know.
Heart, courage.
Heart, courage.
What was the other one? Heart, courage. Why can't I only remember the Tin Man and the...
I know, right? Heart is the lion. Courage is scarecrow.
The Tin Man
is brains.
Was it?
Brains. We need all those things. We got to find a little bit of the saviors of the Wizard of Oz in all of us because if not... manipulation is out crazy.
There's also relief in understanding that people can't be changed too.
That's another thing.
I've learned that
Jay about to preach right now. Come on.
I'm gonna try to if you don't fucking interrupt me.
I was feeling it.
There's people that are never gonna change on each side.
Yeah.
Like even when Trump laws, they're like, oh no, he didn't, or stop the counts, or what we're going to do is we're going to move to a country or move to a state where Trump can become the governor and nobody could tell us what to do. Let's just move there.
Yeah.
It's just
America's fucking dope.
People are fucking crazy.
America has the illest fucking foundation that you could ever think of. I don't know anywhere else in this country that I could get a burger at like 3 a.m. and it's bomb. America's got the illest foundation. It's like a girlfriend that has all the potential in the world, but you know...
What's that have to do with anything?
You know, it's because like America's got
You're just hungry for a burger right now.
I mean, in France, it's like everything closes at 8 o'clock. It's like, oh, are you hungry? No, you can't eat now because we have morals.
So you know, like the last year, maybe like 6 months, I've come to the terms that there's certain people you just cannot change.
Yes.
And there's certain people that you should not change.
No.
And just deal with the idea that these people are just going to be the way they are. And if you, the quicker you come to terms with that, the more you will feel peace within yourself.
If you love nasty.
If you love nasty and they don't love nasty, then there should be an area where we can both coexist on each island. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why so many people butt heads. That's why there's so much fighting. There's so much tension these days, because it's like so many people on this side are trying to bring these people over to the middle when they can't.
I was saying, like, for me, it's like I see Twitter fingers is so much stronger, and that's why I was using the Wizard of Oz like thing, because Twitter fingers is so strong, and you believe that this person's this. But like, you go to New York, or you go here, like, I've always seen, like, people might not like be in love with each other, but if there's a grandma that fell over, everybody's helping, or if like nobody wants to see some fucked up shit, and if you do, it's fucked up.
To see a psychiatrist.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a very, like, I don't know, maybe it's just our area, but there's like a unity where like nobody wants to see some crazy shit.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Well, I guess we could leave it on that note.
Yeah.
We're an hour and 15 minutes in. You went on like a 45-minute rant about something.
Listen, it's the Steve Austin Broken Skull IPA that's talking. It opens up your mind.
Broken Skull.
Yep.
I see. I like it.
So,
well, anyway, thank you for joining us. Episode 48 of the Terrible Reception Radio Show / podcast. Make sure to head over to YouTube, like, subscribe, leave a
notification bell
or something. Turn on the bell notification so you get a notification for every video that we drop. Head over to Apple Podcasts. Like I said, even if you listen on Spotify, just head over to Apple Podcasts, leave a rating, leave a review.
As Jay mentioned, the new Google Podcast.
I don't know what their issue is there, but if Google's your
I don't know what's the deal.
If you have an iPhone, you can have Apple Podcasts. So just head over there, leave a rating, leave a review, and on Spotify, just follow the podcast. And the most important thing is to tell a friend. Even if you tell one friend, after hearing this, send them over to our Instagram page. We are super active on everything. So,
what was Ludacris's first album?
Word of mouth.
There you go. That's the most important. With an F, word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
You tell all your friends.
But yeah, tell a friend, because that's the only way we will get into different people's ears and eyes if you're watching on YouTube. But yeah, I want to shout everybody out for sticking around this long.
Yes.
48 episodes in 2 years, I think, is a really big accomplishment considering all the craziness that we've been going through lately. And yeah, we're just going to gear up for the new year. Hopefully we can make more content for you guys. We're going to continue doing the podcast for you guys because a lot of people tell us they enjoy our shit show. So
episode 50, I'm going to make it a challenge where I speak like Frasier the whole time. You're like, welcome, New Jersey. I want to let you know that it's Dr. Frasier Crane.
I got to pick a character to talk like now.
Oh, my God.
Who should I talk like? I don't know. We'll come back to it. But yeah, once again, thank you guys. Head over to Instagram too. Follow the Instagram Terrible Reception. And we love you guys. And we will see you next week. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe. If you're with family, make sure you stay safe. Get yourself checked out. Shove that thing up your nose. Make sure you're negative. And if you're positive, just take that positive and switch it into positivity and seclude yourself for 2 weeks. Make sure the symptoms go away. Don't infect nobody else. Get those antibodies. Create a cure. You know, get rid of all these zombies that we've created.
I was about to go on a Thanksgiving freestyle. I'll be like, yeah, you want a pumpkin pie something. Gotta be fucking. Hey, don't fuck the COVID. Y'all be bluffing.
Like American Pie.
American Pie.
Fucking the American Pie.
But once again, it's been a pleasure, guys. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Keep the holiday spirit as high as your potential.
As high as your cousin when he leaves the room. So he gets high on the street and comes back and eats more turkey.
And he's like, yo, bro, you got that fucking lasagna, man. All right, guys. Once again,
peace out.
Thank you. It's been Jay and Parlay of the Terrible Reception Podcast. Let's hit him with the intro in the outro. One.
Can you hear it?
We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5.